We're back in the commentary booth. We have Raiden and DarkSide. It's very ironic because we have a bunch of Tier 3 battlecruisers, which we just talked about.
What a crazy random happenstance.
Yeah. For Raiden, we have 4 Taluses, 3 Crucifiers, Rapier Guardian, 2 Brutixes.
Meanwhile, for DarkSide, we have 4 Nagas, a Zealot, Basilisk, Hugin, Saber, 2 Molluses, Vigil, and Daredevil. We've checked, and those Nagas are using rails, so they're going to be trying to stay as far away as possible from the opposing team. The entire Dark City is warped into range. The Taluses and Brutixes for Raiden have warped in close, but their Guardian is out back, and because of the warp and ranges, it's going to be within web range of that Hugin for DarkSide.
Yeah, and these Taluses are blaster fit neutron blasters, and since they do have the Guardian as a logistic ship, I want to bet that they have a 1600mm plate, which means they're going to be a lot slower than if they were to be shield.
And they've got tracking computers as well.
Right.
So these are going to be armor tanked, which means they're going to have a hard time catching these Nagas, but we'll see what happens here. Both teams do have long-range webs, so those 2 ships, the Rapier and the Hugin, are going to play a huge part. Yep. We're seeing right off the bat webs and damage onto the Crucifiers. Now, those Crucifiers have a bonus to tracking disruption, which is one of the things we didn't mention earlier when we were talking about these ships. They're very vulnerable to tracking disruption.
As the first Crucifier just went down. I mean, that's
taking those down fast is a good call, as is damping them out of the fight. Crucifiers don't really have long enough lock range to walk across the arena, so with damps, it moves even further.
Yeah, it looks like we got some split fire going on these Taluses. Maybe one of the Nagas might be shooting just the wrong dude, but actually he has switched back now, so we have all the damage back on the Talus, and he's just melting through these rail guns.
Yeah, these rail setups are going to be excellent against a team like this that is plated. If they were a bit faster, these Nagas might be able to catch up, but the combination of the webs on them with the like armor tanks slowing them down means they're going to have a really hard time.
Yeah, this is a really good setup from DarkSide. I was a little worried at the beginning of the tournament about DarkSide losing one of their main theory crafters, but it looks like Faffy Waffy has been doing an incredible job with this team.
Well, yeah, this is a solid team. This is how you properly use Tier 3 battlecruisers. You need to protect them, and in this case, they're protecting them by range.
Right.
We're seeing those Nagas used for the rail guns, which are excellent damage at both closer and long ranges, and also for the allotted mid slots. They can actually tank them decently. We're seeing active.
You're seeing a lot of tracking disruptors as well on the Nagas from the Raiden team. Raiden did extremely well last week with the Damps versus Evoke. I'm surprised we didn't see another setup kind of like that this week. Yeah,
well, this year there is some damps, but they've lost most of them already. And the tracking disruption is going to be handy, but at the ranges that DarkSide's operating at, and in fact they can control range, puts them in a pretty good place. The Hugin now is caught, though. Raiden's Hugin has been caught by DarkSide, DarkSide's Hugin has been caught by Raiden. So he's going to go down before too long. He's being repped, but I don't think they'll be able to keep him up against this damage. Oh, he actually might if that Talus goes down fast enough.
They're down to 1 Talus, 1 Brutix, and that Talus just melting. I mean,
yeah, but that Talus going to he probably will stay alive. I think it's a good call for Raiden to go after the DarkSide Hugin, because that really is the ship that's going to prevent their Taluses from getting in close.
Well, they get so many damps set up on this Guardian that he's unable to rep these ships. I mean, you're not seeing any reps being applied to these ships as they go down. As we're down to the Rapier and Guardian for the Raiden team. This is a very solid setup from DarkSide this match.
Yep, Rail Nagas, an excellent ship, really. They're a bit underappreciated. The Talus is well known for being a good solo ship on TQ. The Oracle and the Tornado for fleet fighting. But the Naga is a bit underappreciated, I think. Rails are excellent. In a lot of ways, they're a faster, lighter version of the Rail Rokes that have become popular.
Yeah, the Rails are really strong after that hybrid buff.
Yeah. So we're going to see this Guardian get knocked down. I actually am kind of surprised. I expected that Guardian to go down first, considering that it would have been within web range. But they made the choice to go after the Crucifiers first, let the Guardian get away. But I think that was an excellent choice in the end. They were proved right by knocking down those tracking disruptors. They can do more damage.
Oh, definitely. I think with those tracking disruptors on the field, they would be between ammo types, and they really have to choose for either lesser ammo type, longer range, or just keep that antimatter in.
So this time I'm actually telling the truth when I say both teams are going through, and I didn't last time. Good job to DarkSide, a very convincing victory on a match that really shows Tier 3 battlecruisers at their best. And we'll pass you back to Soundwave in the studio.